Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Bank of the James Stadium here in Lynchburg, Virginia, for this NCAA Baseball Regional Elimination Game between the University of Lynchburg and Salve, Regina University. Hello again and welcome. I am Andy Pizzelli alongside Niall Silberman, bringing you the call here this morning. Lynchburg 36-11, Salve, Regina 29-12-2. Both of these teams are on the brink of elimination. The Seahawks survived yesterday in a thrilling game versus Earlham College, winning in walk-off fashion. The host Hornets fell to Birmingham Southern to be put on the brink. This game was supposed to be played last night. We had some inclement weather that delayed that and eventually pushed it to today. But we are ready to go, and it is a gorgeous scene once again here in Virginia. For Salve, Regina, their lineup will look like this. Batting first, Brandon Grover will play center field. Dustin Cicada batting second at short. Third will be the first baseman, Tyler Canoe. Dylan Ketch, the sixth-year graduate student, batting fourth and catching at third base. Will McCarthy batting fifth. Matt D'Amato in right field batting sixth. Kyle Platt, second base, batting seventh. Tyler Petrosino will be the designated hitter. Jared Beniers in right field batting ninth. And the story right now, Patrick Maybach, who came in relief yesterday on the mound to start this game. Niall, what a story this is. Patrick Maybach, sixth-year graduate student, trying to, in all senses of the word, empty the tank here for his team, and doing so along with his longtime teammate behind the dish, Dylan Ketch. What a story this is.
You know, it's almost an emotional story, the way that he sees it, because he pitched 3 innings in yesterday's game to close out and get the win against Earlham College. And so coming back today, there was a starter that was needed, and Patrick Maybach was the man that they felt comfortable going to in this situation. Patrick Maybach is pitching with an arsenal that's full always, but he's not as fresh as he would like to be under any given situation. What he's bringing to the table today is a will to win, and he wants to be out there with 8 of his best friends and 20 more in the dugout that he wants to get this win for and try and get them one game closer to the Super Regional. But his mentality out there today is just have fun with his best friends and give him everything that he's got.
Meanwhile, for the Hornets, Chris Lane will bat first. He's playing right field. Webster in left field bats second. Jackson at third base bats third. Neves, the tremendous outfielder who will be playing first base once again, bats fourth. O'Donovan, the hero for the Hornets in their first game versus Salve, Regina, will be the designated hitter. Alvanos, the second baseman, bats sixth. Collins, the shortstop, bats seventh. Fiedler behind the plate bats eighth. Atkins, center field, will bat ninth. And when we get to the bottom half of this inning, because Salve, Regina is the home team here in this matchup, we will get to talk about Arrington, the pitcher. But right now, the matchup is Lane and Maybach. Maybach delivers his first pitch outside.
The University of Lynchburg is going with a righty-heavy offense in today's games. They primarily do so, but against Patrick Maybach, he held left-handed hitters to a 161 average against.
That one's in there for a called strike. Counts 1-1. That one, tap foul, will be a strike.
Well, that's a very telling story. That was the curveball there from Maybach, and it came out of his hand looking very good, and it generated a swing and miss that was, very much favorable to the pitcher. That was not near the strike zone. Stuff looking good from Patrick Maybach.
It is such an interesting part of where we are in the tournament, especially for two teams trying to battle out of the losers bracket. Who do you have? How much do they have left as this one skips away from Dylan Ketch? Count will be 2-2. How long can your starters go? Who do you have left in the pen? We saw yesterday none of these games are over until they're over.
Certainly not. A 6-run comeback for Salve, Regina University, and they were playing Earlham College.
Here's the 2-2 on the ground. Cicada waiting for it. He holds, he throws, one down.
Nice play And for Maybach, moving quickly and retiring leadoff batters is going to be huge, essential for him to get through the first out as quickly as possible, because efficiency is the name of the game for Patrick Maybach today.
Here's the left fielder, Webster.
Generally, Maybach will strike out a lot of batters, a 12.1 K through 9 rate. But in today's game, I envision it'll be more ground balls and fly balls.
First pitch there to Webster is a strike. Counts 0-1 with 1 out. That one's nub foul. Maybach quickly ahead in the count, 0-2.
And when it comes to ground balls and fly balls for Maybach, he has a 62% ground ball rate on balls put in play. That is well above average.
Kicks and deals here on the 0-2. Once again, fouled off. Digging that one out is Webster.
And again, Maybach ahead 0-2. Right here, part of the reason why he's a high efficiency and high strikeout pitcher. He's ahead early, gets himself late into games.
It's not fully loopy, but it's not tight. It's like, I don't know. Is there a better word to describe it?
Count will be 1-2.
Yeah. Sure.
After he misses with a high fastball there, it'll be interesting to see how he reacts to that if he goes low here.
1-2, hit into left field. That will be down for a base hit. First hit of the game for the Hornets.
Really good job by Webster right there. Or pardon me, the two-hitter. That was Webster. Really good job by him to eliminate the fastball up in the zone. He sees a pitch up above his shoulders. He rules that pitch off of the next one, gets a curveball in the 1-2 count, stays on it, drives through it with his lower half. Beautiful piece of hit, and now he's on first base.
Third baseman Garrett Jackson now. 1 on, 1 out here for the Hornets. We again are batting here in the top of the first because they are serving as the road team here in this contest. This one on the ground, slowly charging is Platt. He shuffles to Canoe for 1, and that advances a runner for the Hornets. So runner in scoring position with 2 outs.
Well, for Garrett Jackson there, it does a job. You do want to get that runner over to second base. Better than a flyout in that sense. Now Avery Neves is coming to the plate, and that means anything that he puts in play deep into a gap certainly scores 1, and anything in front of an outfielder has a chance. If it were anybody but Avery Neves, a ground ball to the right side that causes an out, already having 1 out wouldn't be ideal. But, of course, when you have Avery Neves coming up to the plate, you just want runners on.
One of the best hitters in the country. Bats here with 2 outs and 1 on. First pitch from Maybach. He will take for a ball.
And you say how he's one of the best hitters in the country. You're not wrong by any stretch of the imagination. One of the best in the country. A .420 batting average and on-base percentage just south of 600, and he slugs .860.
There's the 1-0, up high, count 2-0.
And for those of you at home, an on-base plus slugging of .860 is impressive. He purely slugs .860. It is unbelievable what this man accomplished this year.
He waits on the 2-0 from Maybach, who delivers. And he'll take a strike. It was most impressive when the Seahawks saw him first back on Friday, which seems like a million years ago. It was the job that Neves did with his glove at first base. Today's just going to be the 4th time he's played first base for the Hornets.
A superstar, to say the least.
Fouls this one off.
Although he faces another superstar in Maybach, it's really impressive how Maybach is able to work himself back in this count. He now sits at a neutral count, 2-2. He was down 2-0 to Neves, and that's certainly not a place any pitcher wants to be. But yes, with his glove, Avery Neves made 2 I mean, Sports Center top 10 worthy plays defensively. One of them saving a run for sure.
You talked about being a superstar. Great players just always find different ways to impact the game. 2-2 with 2 outs. Maybach delivers high and inside. That one will get away. And it skips actually very hard off the backstop. That does advance a runner. Well, we've talked on numerous broadcasts here this weekend about how any ball that's a wild pitch or a pass ball would be very difficult to get and make a play. That time, that one, I don't know if Maybach and Ketch got crossed up because that ball got hard to the backstop and bounced pretty much all the way, 2/3 of the way back to the plate. I've not seen that much this weekend.
It was a fastball that Maybach didn't locate where he wanted it. That was a fastball he was looking to elevate in the zone, but not exactly the way that he did it there. Huge pitch, obviously. The first run of the game, only 90 feet away. One of the best hitters in the country at the plate. One of the better pitchers in the country on the mound.
Big spot. Full count, 2 outs. Runner at third for Lynchburg. Here's the pitch from Maybach. Driven in the air to center field. Grover drifting back. He's under it. He makes the grab. That ends the threat. Salve, Regina will make the Hornets strand one, and they will come up to bat in the bottom of the first. No score here from Lynchburg. You're watching NCAA regional action. We'll be back.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that. And it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
Diving in college taught me to strive and be the best athlete I can be, but also the best student I can be. My coaches always made sure that the student comes first, because not everyone's going to become a professional athlete. So they make sure that we will do great in academics. I knew that would only open the door to my future, and I'm really excited to start my dream program for physical therapy.
Welcome back to Bank of the James Stadium. Andrew Pizzelli alongside Niall Silberman bringing you the call of this elimination game here in the NCAA Tournament Regional in Lynchburg, Virginia. No score. Bottom of the first, Salve, Regina will come up to bat, and they will be facing Wesley Arrington, a junior from Keswick, Virginia. The left-hander takes to the mound. Right-hander, takes to the mound. Does say that he bats left. Interesting. But what do we know here about Arrington, Niall?
Well, we know Arrington as a junior, 32.1 innings on the year, and in those 32 innings, he had good strikeout to walk numbers. So he had 29 strikeouts to 13 walks, just over 2.5, or just over 2, really. But 8.07 K through 9, that's not bad. He did, however, give up 6 home runs in 32 innings with a 4.73 ERA. In today's ball game, where the wind is blowing out straight to center field, it could be interesting to see if he leaves a fastball middle of the zone and a Salve Regina hitter is able to take it over the fence. It is a very high number of home runs per innings pitched.
Well, leading off for Salve Regina is the hero from yesterday's game versus Earlham. It's Brandon Grover, who had one of the best games in Salve baseball postseason history, and that's not exaggerating. 5 for 5, 5 hits, a walk-off, had a double play at the plate. He swings at the first pitch here and drives it to left field. That will twist in the wind and be foul. But just an unreal performance from Grover, and, I mean, because of that, I think batting in the leadoff spot here.
They want to get him seeing as many at-bats as possible. And, of course, one of the ways to do that, get him hitting first in the lineup. That's what he's doing here today.
He has had the best bat for Salve Regina here at this regional. He delivered 2 runs early on versus Lynchburg in their first meeting on Friday. Here's the 1-1. On the ground, chopped off the glove of Neves, so Grover thought about second and will. He will charge and turn for second as that ball ricocheted off the gloves of Neves and just kept rolling on the short grass all the way to shallow center.
We'll talk about an athlete. Brandon Grover able to take that ball that got away from the first baseman, but not all that far. It did take him a bit towards center field, but Brandon Grover gets over to second base, and now elite speed is on the base paths in scoring position with nobody out. So a huge first at-bat, just as we're talking about his heroics throughout the tournament. That'll most likely go down as an error, but it's a huge play for the offense and for the team. Really good job, and now Dustin Cicada gets a chance to drive him home.
It is ruled an error.
We'll see how Arrington sequences here. He has a good breaking and off-speed mix, as well as a fastball in the mid-80s.
Down and away here, ball one. That ball just kept rolling. Fast green on the infield and outfield. Seahawks already applying pressure here early. No outs. Grover at second. Cicada at the plate. He swings. This one is over the glove of Alvanos. Base hit will advance Grover to third.
Well, this is the Seahawks style of play working to perfection. They want to get base runners on, move them into scoring position, which obviously happened via the error, and then get a few nice timely hits, and now we'll see the Seahawks really work. They're going to start sacrificing outs for runs here. We'll see if they try and get Cicada to second base before the end of this at-bat, and then Tyler Canute's main job, of course, this is a great hitter. He's a .347 hitter with true power, led the Seahawks in home runs, can really swing the bat, but his main job is simply to score Brandon Grover from third base. Of course, if he does more, everybody loves that, but we'll see if he's able to accomplish the primary job he has here.
So two balls that have gone either an inch wide or just dinged off a glove for Hornets defenders. The difference right now, an error and a base hit have put the Seahawks in a great position with runners at the corners and no outs. Here's the 0-1 from Arrington, fouled off by Canu.
Really good job by Wesley Arrington to get himself ahead in this count. This is a big at-bat for Arrington as well as it is for Canu, and he did a really good job of positioning himself nicely for a potential strikeout.
Oh, 2 count. Here's the pitch. On the corner, ball one. Tyler Canu looks over and gets some signals from head coach Eric Sorella standing in the third base coach's box. Now they look to check back on Cicada. He dives back safe. One, 2 count, no outs. Runners at first and third for Salve. The pitch. Canu high in the air to center field. Back on the warning track, the grab is made by Atkins. Tagging and scoring is Grover, and the Seahawks take the lead.
Well, really good. Excellent execution there from Tyler Canu. That was his job, and he completed the job to perfection. And he did it with 2 strikes. Wesley Arrington needed either a strikeout or a pop-up, potentially a ground ball, depending on how they see themselves with a game plan for this game. But he got himself into a great pitcher's count, and then Tyler Canu was able to take a fastball and drive it to center field. Great job by Tyler Canu.
As we've noted, the wind blowing mostly out to center field. And the wall has been a factor for every team here, trying to gauge as they check again on the runner. Cicada, he's safe. Every team, it seems, has had some struggles playing the bounces off the wall. And that may be a factor again here in this game and any games played here today at Bank of the James because of the wind blowing to the outfield. One out, one on here for Dylan Ketch. There goes Cicada. Here comes the throw from Fiedler. The dive from Cicada. They got him.
What a throw by Fiedler. Excellent ball placement there over to second base. Just a seed, and they throw him out. And that's a good runner they just retired. Excellent job by Fiedler. Now they're 2 away.
As you said, that one was just a dart. Here's a chance to see the replay. Cicada with a pretty good jump, but a absolute line throw from Fiedler to Collins.
And a nice tag by Collins. He picked it and tagged him in sequence.
Now Dylan Ketch will take ball 2. So 2 outs, no one on now for Ketch. Seahawks have already brought across 1 run. Ketch takes inside. Count 3-0.
Of course, it's important to get out number 2 for the inning. But on top of that, Wesley Arrington is not quite as efficient with runners in scoring position as he is without runners on base. With runners in scoring position, opposing hitters hit .353 with an on base of about .390.
Ketch will take 4 straight balls. He'll head down to first. Inning will continue, and Will McCarthy will bat now with a runner on and 2 outs.
Will's been seeing the ball really well over the course of this tournament. Had 2 hits in yesterday's ball game. He's starting to have his barrels drop into fair play. He's been catching barrels all weekend, and now finally some of them are starting to fall for hits. We'll see what he's able to do here against Arrington.
Swings at the first pitch he sees. That one will be looped into right center. Base hit. McCarthy thought about second for a moment, but a good throw in from Atkins. And once again, it will be runners at the corners here for the Seahawks. And Matt D'Amato will bat.
Well, I mean, 2 things pop out immediately. One, Will McCarthy continues to find barrels. He's been doing that all weekend in this regional, and he does it again here. In the first game, he went hitless, but he was hitting the ball at the players, and eventually part of the game of baseball is that it'll start to work in your favor in the same way that it doesn't work in your favor during stretches. And for Will McCarthy, I'm sure that he's happy to be on base. And now his 3rd straight at bat, if you count yesterday's games, with a great piece of hitting. But also back to Fiedler. What a play now. That really comes back to be a huge moment between Collins and Fiedler. There would only be the 1 out, and that would have been a run-producing hit by Will McCarthy. So big-time stuff from the shortstop and catcher battery.
Matt D'Amato now. Looking to add to what's already a 1-0 Salve Regina lead. He'll take the first pitch inside.
Teams at this level have scouting reports they'll go through. It is interesting to see that Matt D'Amato's being played with an opposite side pull for the outfielders. Right center's wide open.
Swings at this pitch and fouls it off. Count will be 1-1. Runners at first and third. Dylan Ketch at third. Will McCarthy at first. Swing and a miss here from D'Amato. Count will be 1-2. Good pitch there from Arrington.
Great pitch, outer half. Well-executed fastball down in the zone. And now again, Arrington in a count he likes. 1-2, big pitcher advantage right here. We'll see if he goes to the curveball or again with the fastball.
2 outs, the 1-2. Tap foul. Just getting a piece of that was D'Amato.
Good piece of hitting there from D'Amato. He knew he wasn't going to be able to barrel that ball and send it deep, so his approach changed mid-pitch just to get a piece of it and try and stay alive. He did.
One-two count, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. D'Amato fans on it. Big strikeout for Wesley Arrington. And that ends the threat. The Seahawks do bring across a run. They will take a 1-0 lead to the top of the second. They do strand 2. 1-0 here from Lynchburg. Top of the second coming up in this NCAA regional.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby. Inside the 30, touchdown. Michaela
NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
Welcome back to Bank of the James Stadium. Nate Pizzelli alongside Niall Silverman bringing you the call.
And we're happy to be back with you here in the top half of the second. The first inning was eventful. We're going to get a chance to see Patrick Maybach out for his second inning of work. And, Andrew, I think the question of the day is, how far do we see Patrick Maybach going in this outing?
Yeah, I mean, yesterday it's one of those things that cuts both ways. The weather delay, I think, helped Pat be able to have more in the tank for today, not having to pitch twice in the same day. That also means that some arms for Lynchburg get fresh as well. They were just coming off a lengthy game versus top-seeded Birmingham Southern here at this regional. So, I don't know. I think certainly, though, Pat Maybach's just going to empty the tank. Whatever he can give, he will give it all.
He's going to have to face Riley O'Donovan here, one of the best hitters for the Hornets, a 400 hitter with an on-base percentage. Get this, 500. Half the time he finds himself on base. That's pretty good. Swing and miss there, though. Good pitch for Maybach. His stuff looks sharp. When it comes to Maybach, that's one of the things that certainly everybody, including the coaching staff, is looking for, is how is his stuff moving? More so than how fast is your fastball, it's how does your stuff move as he gets a close ball there. Because when your stuff is moving, what you're going to have a chance to see is your lower half working and your shoulders rotating how they should be. And if Patrick's able to do that, it means that his body's good enough to continue to let him pitch. His arm won't be the problem. It'll be the rest of his body that everybody's kind of focused on, because if his legs are tired or his core is tired, that'll affect his movement of his pitches. And that leaves pitches in the middle of the zone. Guys can barrel it up. On a day like today, balls will certainly travel.
O'Donovan had one travel a long way in his first matchup with the Seahawks. Here's
Tough
another one.
Play for Grover. Nobody going to get it. Donovan down. It's going to be extra bases, and he'll stop around second. So a leadoff double for Riley O'Donovan. That's big time. Just what the Hornets needed, and they get it from their 400 hitter.
Well, his bat stays hot versus the Seahawks. He had the 3-run homer that broke open the game here on Friday after the balk call gave the Hornets a run. Next pitch was the homer for O'Donovan. This time, a true double, just right into the gap between center and right.
And when it comes to O'Donovan, he's an amazing hitter over the course of the season against anybody. But against lefties, he's particularly great. 450 against lefties, with an on-base of 560 against lefties, with a slugging, pure slugging of 800 against lefties. And we get another taste of it there with a nice double. Up now is P.J. Alvanos. First pitch to Alvanos, curveball left a bit up. Alvanos moves out the way. Alvanos is another one of the Hornets who hits over 300. He is one of 4. He hits 302. Phenomenal on base percentage of 467. Not much of a slugging bat, 409 slug. Great pitch there from Maybach. Evens the count up at 1-1. Again, a good curveball for Maybach. We've had a chance to see both sides of it. He's missed a few fastballs up in the zone, but he's also located some perfectly executed curveballs down and in to left-handed and right-handed hitters. There's another one, and a great one. Now the count's 1-2. It's another curveball. His stuff does appear to be sharp. Through 1, I had that feeling, and now through 2, you're getting the chance to see that his stuff is still playing.
Well, and you describe it accurately. It's stuff. Maybach from day 1 has never just been a guy who's throwing fire. He has multiple pitches that he can go to and really can work batters with a variety of those pitches.
He's going to look to do that Again here, 1-2 pitch. Maybach kicks, delivers, outside. Great block, Dylan catch. Again, that right there is the CCC, Commonwealth Coastal Conference Defensive Player of the Year. Great block, keeps the runner over at second, and that's a big job. With nobody out, the Seahawks do not want to see O'Donovan get to third base. 2-2. Maybach comes set. He kicks, delivers, outside for ball 3, so the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and this right here is a big pitch. Both Alvanos and Maybach really would be contributing to their team if they can win this at bat, even this pitch. Maybach kicks, delivers, and it's down low. Good job by Alvanos to stay off of a beautifully shaped curveball.
Well, what that does as well is because that one skipped away and got into the dirt almost near the Lynchburg dugout. That allows O'Donovan, to advance to third as well. So runners at the corners, no outs now here for Lynchburg. And this is what we talked about. These games, there's going to be massive swings in these games.
These later game elimination games in the regionals are games 4, 5, this one 3, for each team respectively. And so for them, they're not having all of their players at their freshest. What you're getting the chance to see in these games is who has the deeper team, and both teams are going to have to go through that today. As we said, the first game was a low-scoring affair. Today's game is expected to be a higher-scoring affair just because there's less of the pure ace arms that are fresh and ready to go. So it will be a higher-scoring game today, according to those who make predictions like that.
And what it means is that there's probably going to be 18 different times where we say, this is the biggest play of the game. This is the biggest moment.
Well, for
Collins, right now, this is.
For Collins, this is certainly, as you're saying, one of the biggest points in the game. Runners on first and third, nobody out. If you looked at the run matrix, 1.8 runs is expected to come in this inning based off empirical data for the history of baseball. Of course, anything can happen in a given moment. Maybach could end this inning without surrendering a run, and the Hornets could potentially go on a run like no other. Collins is going to try and put 3 up on that board if he has his way. Big swing and miss there. And now the count's 1-2. Maybach in a very good spot.
And the one thing that does work somewhat in the Seahawks' favor is that Maybach, as opposed to some other pitchers like Don Parachi, Maybach really is good at times with his pitches at inducing ground balls, which can help you get out and has helped him throughout his career get out of some serious jams. Obviously, this is a big one here, Seahawks. If they could only limit.
Oh, that is just what the doctor ordered for Maybach. He needed a strikeout, and he got it. Even a ground ball, that would have been a very good result for Maybach. Still would have been a run-inducing result for Collins. And so for Maybach, he wins that at-bat by getting the strikeout in a necessary spot. Now with 1 out, runners on first and third, there are a few ways out of this, including a ground ball. Of course, we have Holden Fiedler at the plate, and he just had a phenomenal play defensively to save a run. And now he'll have a chance in the following half inning, which is always how it seems to go. He'll have a chance to drive one in. Big spot for Fiedler. But certainly the Seahawks got themselves off the ropes a little bit in this inning. Great pitch, gets the strike call, upper half of the zone. Fiedler, a 273 hitter over the course of the season, on base at a clip of 371. Maybach kicks, delivers, swung on and missed. And now just like that, Maybach in the driver's seat, 0-2. He's gone with fastballs away to Fiedler on pitches 1 and 2 of this at-bat. Now in the upcoming pitch number 3, Fiedler yet to see any breaking balls from Maybach. Might see his first one right here. Maybach checks first, kicks, delivers, swung on, chop, shortstop, Cicada, flips, Platt, throw first is Not in time. Took him off the bag. And a run will score.
Well, that one, what almost was an inning-ending double play, just an inch a bit away for Tyler Canoe, who has a 6'5" frame to try and reach. That one, in reaching so, was not able to keep it in his glove, trying to range that much. And just like that, the Hornets tie the game. A little bit more than an inch. From our vantage point, the replay that you saw, that throw took Canoe well off the bag.
Well, for Fiedler, he does the job. At the end of the day, he came up to the plate with a specific job. The job is there's a runner on third. There's less than 2 outs. We need you to score him. And Fiedler did just that. So at the end of the day, although it was close to being an inning-ending double play, all that really comes down to is that is a productive and good at-bat for Fiedler, the catcher. He has now driven in a run and prevented a run in just an inning and a half. Carson Atkins is at the plate now. He's in a 1-0 count. Make it a 2-0 count. I think everybody in the box was surprised by that call. Atkins leads the team in triples. More than double anybody else. He has 5. Next closest, I guess not really double. Next closest is 3. However, with Atkins, one of the things that he is going to do is get deep into counts, and he does that again here. 3-0. Great start to the count for Atkins. Atkins also a threat on the bases if he does get on. There's the 3-0 pitch. That one's up and away. So a 4-pitch walk for Carson Atkins. And now the Hornets, again, are on a bit of a move.
Well, this does 2 things. One, it extends the inning and just gets that pitch total up on Pat Maybach. But once again, runner in scoring position.
Runner in scoring position for one of the best hitters on this team, and that's saying a lot. A lot of good hitters out here for the Hornets. But Cameron Lane, a 377 hitter, on base over 500, slugging 471, OPS just shy of 1,000. First pitch he sees, great curveball. That one missed the zone. Counts 1-0. For Maybach, one of the most interesting statistics for him is that with runners in scoring position, Maybach allows batters to hit against him just 197. Great pitch there. And I think part of that has to do with him being a 6-year grad student and having a mentality about him that when things aren't going his way, that doesn't mean that that is going to continue. He can flip the script. Just because runners got on previously doesn't mean that's going to continue. He really believes that, and it's part of the reason why he excels with runners in scoring position. Another good pitch there, and now he's ahead in the count 1-2.
He's always looked calm on the mound from day one, but especially, like you said, given 6th-year graduate student player, there's not much that Pat Maybach has not gone through. So when you have experience on the mound, it's tough to rattle guys like that.
Very certainly. 1-2 count. Big pitch here. Cameron Lane, good hitter. Patrick Maybach, good pitcher. 1-2 pitch outside, and it gets past the catcher. Dylan catch. Goes back, retrieves it. Now 2 runners in scoring position. 2-2 count, 2 outs.
Well, like we've talked about, these games are going to have swings. And for the second time this half inning, we're going to say this is another big moment in this game. 2-2 count, 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position here for Lane. With 1 swing of the bat, he can give the Hornets potentially a 2-run lead. Or Pat Maybach can end it at just 1 run.
And certainly momentum is on the line here. A momentum play, 2 balls, 2 strikes, neutral count. Both sides will be excited if they win this. Good swing, good pitch, but it's a foul ball, and we'll retry 2-2. But for runners in scoring position, it is very rare to have an on-base against, batting average against, and a slugging against all lower when there are runners in scoring position than you generally have in your overall stat line. Most times, it is worse to have runners in scoring position for all of the major categories when you're pitching. Very rare what Patrick Maybach does with runners in scoring position. Let's see if he can prove it here. 2-2, he kicks, delivers, and it's there. Strike 3 on the outside corner. He does it again. Runners in scoring position, but none will score. The score is tied up at 1 run apiece. The Hornets got their run back. Now the Seahawks will try and strike again in the bottom half of the second. We head to the break. Score 1-1.
Get your career in the game by enrolling in the University of Lynchburg MBA program with an emphasis in sport management. This program opens the doors to new possibilities for a variety of careers, from being an athletic director or working in athletic administration to working for professional organizations, your favorite team, to running a local Parks and Rec department. And employers are increasingly requesting and preferring individuals who have postgraduate education, specifically looking for an MBA. And so the University of Lynchburg Sport Management concentration in the MBA program sets you up for success, and it sets you apart from the many other people looking for jobs in the industry. Learn from winners. Here you will learn from professors and mentors who have spent their careers doing exactly what you want to do. Increase your marketability in an $83 billion industry. If you have a 3.0 GPA, the GMAT is waived. There's no application fee, admissions occurs on a rolling basis, and our online program is ideal for working adults. When you enroll in this program, you enroll in the opportunity to learn from the best of the best. Your professors have a wealth of experience working in the sport industry that they share with you in the classroom setting. Get in the game by getting your MBA with a sport management concentration at the University of Lynchburg. Just you know, Hollywood, here I come. Hey, I meant, yeah.
The real Lindsay Piper's here.
Autographs there later.
And welcome back to beautiful Lynchburg, Virginia. Here as the Seahawks of Salve, Regina take on the Hornets of University of Lynchburg. Good matchup here. Kyle Platt, who has been on a tear offensively, hits in 2 of his last qualified at-bats, and then had a sack bunt for an RBI. Here he shows bunt again, just off the glove of the catcher Fiedler, and the count will go 1-0. His bunt yesterday to score a run for the sack bunt and also to move runners over and load the bases was huge in an inning where the Seahawks needed offense. They got some. This one chopped shortstop. Collins fields it quickly, throws first. It is going to be close. And they get him at first. Nice play by the shortstop Collins to get the very speedy runner, Platt. He is just out.
Well, to finish your point about Platt and then that inning for Salve, Regina yesterday, as bad as things went for the Seahawks early in that game, as we get to see the play here, the great throw from Collins. Bang, bang. Bang. But it seemed like everyone had a little bit of a hand in that comeback for Salve, Regina yesterday. Really a tale, because there was a long stoppage while officials consulted a rule book, which is, again, you can never say you've seen everything. That was about a 20-minute delay, and then it felt like a completely different game because we got 2 starters from both sides to come into the game, including Pat Maybach, who is pitching again here today. And the Seahawks, it was a new game, and they came back to win to get to this game, which should have been last night if not for the weather. Both of these teams hoping to and needing to play 2 games here today, and then hoping and wanting to play in a 3rd game. That would have to be Monday.
This one chopped over, and yes, over the head of the shortstop, Collins. Petrosino can fly. He rounds first. It's going to be a close play over at second base. He slides in safely. Tyler Petrosino with a big-time double to left center field, and he put the Jets on for that one. That was supposed to be a single. He said, no, thank you. I'll take a double. He gets him on the rocks.
Well, he just no hesitation. No hesitation to round and go for second, and then a great throw almost could have made Petrosino pay for that. But this time, a close play that the Seahawks are able to beat out.
And now the player, Jared Beniers, who had one of the biggest hits in yesterday's contest against Earlham College, a single to the right side to score what was the tying run at that time. In the 8th inning, huge by Jared Beniers, who was in his first start of the regional and also his first start in the playoffs this season at any level. And he had one of the biggest hits in the game. Truly impressive. He's in a 1-0 count here. This one in there for a strike. And that is what you would expect from somebody like Jared Beniers. He gets his first start. He doesn't do that. He's not getting that start for no reason. When you put him in the lineup, it's because you believe that when a big moment comes, he is who you want for that situation. And, of course, baseball generally tends to unfold in a storybook way. It's a very romantic game, and Beniers was able to take advantage of the situation. He hits here, 2-1 count for him.
Oh, just more, reliable experience on the bench for the Seahawks to turn to.
Exactly.
Deciding to push different buttons. That's on the coaching staff, knowing who to put where and when.
Petrosino taking a bigger lead over at second base. This one hit. Shortstop. He's going to go to first. Throws first. It's low. It's not picked. It gets past the first baseman, Neves. And Petrosino will score. So just like that, the Seahawks do strike back. And Jared Beniers is on first base yet again. That one won't go into the the scorebook as an RBI, but it was a run-producing ground ball.
Well, unfortunately for Neves, he had an absolutely, as you said, Sports Center-worthy day at first base against the Seahawks on Friday. 2 tough plays for him here, which understandably is not a natural first baseman or have not played first base much this year.
It's also a very tough hop. Collins had to do another, tough job of getting the ball and getting rid of it really quickly because there was back-to-back great runners that Collins has had to throw out in Platt and now Beniers over at first base. And with Beniers, he just got a little bit early in terms of releasing it, and he gave Neves an in-between hop over at first base. Basically, you don't know if the ball's going to come up or stay down as this one gets past the catcher. Beniers trots on over to second. So Neves couldn't really decide if it was going to stay up or move or stay down or stay up. So anyways, tough hop, scores a run, only 1 out still, and the Seahawks have another runner in scoring position.
Well, this is the back and forth. The pendulum is going to swing about 800 times in this game here today. Seahawks retake a 2-1 lead, runner in scoring position again.
And who they have up at the plate is, somebody who's in contention for the Lynchburg Regional MVP award. Brandon Grover's been playing out of his mind like crazy in this regional. He's up again here in an RBI opportunity situation.
His last 6 at-bats, he's 6 for 6.
This one hit right side. Right fielder charging in. He's not going to get it. It's down for a base hit. Another base hit for Brandon Grover. He is on base for, as you just said, his 7th straight at-bat. His 7th straight at-bat, he's on base.
Unbelievable. It's just remarkable what he's been able to do here in the last 24 hours against Earlham, and then here today already 2 for 2 again. Brandon Grover is just having a sensational time. He loves it here in Virginia.
He certainly does, I can tell you that. And he's had a smile on his face the whole time. Brandon Grover is not somebody that the Seahawks have to worry about getting a big head after a game where the player goes 5 for 5. Brandon Grover is, above all else he is on the baseball field, just a humble guy off the field. It's part of the reason that he's a captain as a sophomore is because he holds himself to a certain standard. So to see him go 5 for 5 in a game, including the walk-off hit, and then come back with a 2 for 2 performance so far, really impressive.
Well, some action here in the Hornets' pen warming up is who else? Grayson Thurman, who this is part of what the delay meant for both teams. Thurman probably most definitely would have been available in an elimination game yesterday, but how much would he have in the tank after having his longest outing of the season on Friday versus Salve, Regina? But the extra day off, some rest. It is, again, very early in this game, but it would look like, depending upon how and when Arrington can get out of this inning, the Hornets will turn to their best arm to try and give them all he can to keep this game in hailing distance. There goes the runner.
This one's popped up right side. Could be trouble. Right fielder is there. He makes the catch. Home comes Beniers. Close play at the plate. Beniers slides in safely. Sack fly for Dustin Cicada. Just what the doctor ordered. A little bit of insurance. The score now 3-1. Well done by Dustin Cicada, another captain.
Well, another little awkward shot. A good run by Lane to make that grab, because we saw Grover's base hit. Again, looked like it could have just been a fly out, and then it got high and then just dropped in a hurry into that same bit of territory.
And for all the kids watching at home, here's why speed is something that you should be focused on when you're trying to get recruited. Jared Beniers practically stole first base because his speed made the shortstop Collins have to force a throw quickly, and it allowed for the error, which got Beniers on first. Stolen base to first, technically. Then he takes second base based off of speed. Ball gets a little bit past the catcher. He takes second. He got to third reasonably, and then that ball was a shallow ball hit to right center field, and Beniers scored on what most players wouldn't score from. So speed kills, and it killed there. Great job by Jared Beniers to use all of the weapons available to him, including the feet.
Oh, can the Hornets limit the damage?
Great pitch by Arrington. Cutter outer half. Doesn't get the call. Good pitch.
You know, early on, that's what the Seahawks were trying to do yesterday versus Earlham. Just limit the damage, limit the damage. Obviously, the game became 6-0. There's only so long you can go into a game. Only here in the bottom of the second. 2 outs. As again, they check on the runner. If Arrington can get out of this inning, I imagine Lynchburg would want to try and get him through the third and then turn to Thurman. Tyler Canoe, though, is going to want to try and chase him right here.
This one chopped up the middle. Another tough play for Collins. He charges. Nice play with the glove. Throw to first in time. Collins with a lot of chances to show off why he's the starting shortstop for an impressive University of Lynchburg team. Great job. We head to the top half of the third inning with the score now 3-1. The Seahawks on top of the Hornets.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
Is it Earlham?
Is it pronounced Earlham? It's Earlham, and it's a place for
amateur farmers,
Athletes,
artists,
barefooters,
world changers,
do-gooders.
It's a place for you.
and it'll change your life for good.
Welcome back to Bank of the James Stadium here in Lynchburg, Virginia. Salve Regina leading University of Lynchburg 3-1 here in this NCAA regional and elimination game between both squads. And it's been a back and forth affair so far. The Seahawks scored 1 run in the bottom of the first. The Hornets answered back in the top of the second, and the Seahawks bring 2 across in the bottom of the second. Pat Maybach threw 2 innings, 1 earned run, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, 44 pitches. And we've already seen action stirring in the Hornets' pen. Looks like there's some light tossing happening in the Seahawks' pen as well. So we'll see how long both of these starters can go. It will be about how long and how efficient they can be here in these early innings. Maybach will have to deal with Logan Webster, who is 1 for 1 already here this afternoon. Still the morning. 7 more minutes. The days and the games have blended together. This pitch is outside.
They certainly have when you have guys like Patrick Maybach pitching against Lynchburg and Thurman warming up in the bullpen, potentially about to come in. They really do blend together. It's like, haven't I seen this before? Oh, yeah, I did yesterday.
That pitch is outside as well. Count 2-0. That one just tapped foul. Count will be 2-1.
Webster took an inside pitch to left center field in his last at-bat. It'll be interesting to see if Maybach stays away.
2-1 is inside. Count will be 3-1. Patrick Maybach, the Seahawks' all-time leader in wins, strikeouts, earned run average. Here's the 3-1. Delivers right down the pipe. Trying to give it his all in what could be his final appearance in a Seahawk uniform. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He got him.
Maybach continuing to fight. He was down on the count 3-1 against one of the batters for the Hornets who has taken advantage of a Patrick Maybach mistake, but Maybach comes back again from 3-1 like he's done twice now and wins that at-bat via the strikeout. Maybach's stuff continuing to play, but I think it's his heart that's staying in it more. Really impressive.
Garrett Jackson now. 1 out, no one on, and he will take strike 1. The 0-1 from Maybach. Skips away from Dylan Ketch. No one on, so no trouble. One and one the count. With 1 out. And Maybach will reset.
Jackson likes to work counts. He's even on the year with 30 Ks to 30 walks. Good ratio.
Puts this one in play. Cicada gobbles it up, bobbles it, still tosses to Canoe, and he got him. A tough hop for Cicada, but he recovers and makes the play.
Wow. The ball jumps up off of the infield dirt into his midsection. He tries to recover a little bit, bounces once out of his glove and again out of his glove, then gets it with his hand and fires a strike still in time to get the batter at the plate. What a play by Dustin Cicada.
Those are the little plays that happen or don't happen that will make the difference in regional competition.
And make the difference when your pitcher does not have that much to give, so every out that you can get matters.
I mean, juggled that ball at least 2 or 3 times in the hand there and then had to catch it again with his bare hand and then throw it. Very impressive play from Dustin Cicada, who's playing shortstop but has really played everywhere in the infield and even the outfield throughout his career. Was an all-conference utility player. No better way to describe Dustin Cicada because he is a Swiss Army knife for the Salve Regina squad.
He started a handful of games at third base, started most of the year over at second base, and then took over the shortstop position about halfway through the year, and he's been good everywhere. And another thing, that play by Cicada gives 2 outs to Maybach as he faces Avery Neves, which is a big deal.
Pitch inside. Count will be 2-1. Neves 0 for 1. Flew out to center in his last at-bat.
Neves in every at-bat is capable of sending a ball over the wall in any part of the park. Real power in that bat.
Here's the 3-1. Swung on and driven right up the middle for a base hit.
Neves is heating up. In his first at-bat, caught a barrel and drilled it to center field. This is a very deep park, 400 feet flat out in dead center. And Brandon Grover, the center fielder for the Seahawks, was on the warning track. So a deep fly out for Neves, and then he just barreled the ball up there. 90, 95 miles an hour off the bat, straight up the middle. Neves is seeing it really well. Pay attention to his name later in the game.
Well, here comes another big bat, Riley O'Donovan. Another big situation. 1 on, 2 out. Here's the pitch. Strike 1.
Riley O'Donovan, a.k.a. the lefty killer. Just a menace against lefties.
A 0-1 count with 2 outs. O'Donovan 1 for 1 in the game so far. Here goes Neves. Pick by catch. The throw is high and wide. So a stolen base for Neves. Well, they're going to call interference on the batter. They're going to call interference, I believe, on O'Donovan. So the inning is over. Oh, my. What a call. And the Lynchburg staff and faithful here in attendance do not like that.
Certainly a crazy call. There is certainly reason to believe that is the correct call. You saw the backswing from O'Donovan go into the way of Dylan Ketch. That did happen. However, that is a rare call. Interesting to see it there, but it's also interesting to see the coaches didn't argue it. So,
and we'll get a second look at it here. And the follow-through swing, I mean, that's very crafty of O'Donovan, whether it was intentional or not, but it is called interference. And so, unfortunately for the Hornets, they will strand Neves at second. And we head to the bottom of the third. Salve Regina leading 3-1. Welcome back to Lynchburg. Andrew Pizzelli alongside Niall Silberman bringing you the call. A massive play in the top of the third. Interference called on Riley O'Donovan. And that is the heart and meat of the Hornets' order, that they're looking to produce runs in situations today. And to have that call not go their way and go against them, given that situation, really tough blow for Lynchburg, still trailing by 2.
Exactly right. When you have Neves on base, who leads the team in steals, and O'Donovan at the plate, you feel as if, and you feel correctly, that you could score 2 runs or at least 1 at any given time. So for O'Donovan to get that call certainly works really against Lynchburg there. We'll see how they recover from a tough call against them.
3-1 lead for Salve Regina. This is an elimination game. But this game, a long, long way from being decided. We have had some big swings already. This one gets through the wickets of Fiedler. Counts 2-1 to Dylan Ketch. Who drew a walk in his last at-bat on 4 straight balls. Here's the 2-1. On the corner outside, ball 3. 38 pitches for Wesley Arrington. High fly ball in a little gap left field, and that one is going to fall. in between 3 Hornets. About 50 feet past third base, down the line, just in fair territory. That ball falls to the ground, and Dylan Ketch will get himself to first base.
Well, for the Seahawks, balls are bouncing in their favor. It has just been a day to rejoice for the Seahawk coaching staff. They get that ball to bounce there. There have been some beautiful barrels off Seahawk bats, but that one was not barreled particularly well. But I guess you can call it the magic of Dylan Ketch, who's done everything the Seahawks have ever asked for. He puts that ball just into a gap in shallow left center field where nobody could get to it. Not a well-barreled ball, so runners have runner on first, nobody out.
Here's Will McCarthy. He's 1 for 1. Swings at this pitch. Again, deep drive to center. Back is Atkins. He makes the grab at the wall.
Again for McCarthy, another barrel in the same way that Neves is going to be an eye to keep a name to keep an eye on for the Hornets because of how well he's seeing it and barreling the ball. Will McCarthy now with 2 barrels out to center field. This one just shy of that actual wall. Center fielder Atkins cut it on the warning track. Of course, McCarthy had the single to center field in his last at-bat.
So 1 out, 1 on. Matt D'Amato at the plate, who's 0 for 1, has struck out. Check on Ketch. He's safe. D'Amato showed bunt, and then will take a pitch outside. One and 0 count now, with 1 out, 1 on. See if D'Amato looks to bunt again. They'll check on Dylan Ketch.
That check over to first was just to see if Matt D'Amato would show his hands and signal that he was bunting again.
Swings here and fouls it off. One and 1 the count. Seahawks leading 3-1 here in the bottom of the third. The pitch from Arrington is high. Count 2-1. Check on Ketch again. He scampers back safe. Pitch outside. 3-1.
Good hitters count here for Matt D'Amato, who's able to really sit on a pitch that he's looking for. Most likely he's looking for a fastball on the inner part of the plate. If he gets it, well, watch out, Wall. He could put a drive into this one.
3-1. D'Amato swings and misses. Good pitch there from Arrington.
Great pitch, just off the plate outside.
3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 on, 1 out here for Salve. Again, the check on Ketch. Again, we'll take a short lead. The pitch into center field. The diving play is made by Atkins. Wow.
Whoa, what a play. Are you kidding me? Somebody say Sports Center top 10. That was Atkins.
Get me on the Atkins diet.
Yeah, Carson Atkins with what might be the play of the tournament.
Has been in some deep spots for fly balls. This time comes sprinting in, lays out. What a snag.
And that was a big out for the Hornets as well. only the one out. The Seahawks are looking to score for their third consecutive inning. And Carson Atkins says, not on my watch.
Well, the Seahawks have had some balls hit into little awkward spots that have fallen their way. Atkins says he's had enough of that. Platt shows bunt. Instead will take. They're going to appeal down to first base to see if this was a strike. They say no. And we're going to get more protesting here from the Lynchburg crowd. It appeared to me like Platt did offer at that. We'll have to see if we can get a second look before we get another pitch here. Ooh, I mean, that's very close. I mean, he keeps it square, but it looked like he dipped it a little bit. I mean, either way, it's tough to say. No matter what the call is, I think neither side would be happy. Obviously, Lynchburg's wanting a strike called there. And if it was called a strike, the Seahawk contingent would be contending that he did not offer. Very close call. Offers here. It does make contact. And it will be 1-1.
Did you see it?
And
well, certainly
some sarcastic cheering here from the hometown crowd, which we did expect. The Salve Seahawks did travel a good number of family and friends and fans. Obviously, pretty much a home game here, as this one's on the outside for a ball. Pretty much a home game, essentially, for Lynchburg. We expected these games to be some of the more well-attended contests here at this regional.
And I think one of the interesting things about the non-strike call against Platt is that head coach for the Hornets.
Here's a fly ball. Again, awkward little gap into right field, but adjusting and then making the grab is Lane, which ends the inning. So the Seahawks do not score in the bottom of the third after having some opportunity. They will lead, though, 3-1. We head to the top of the fourth. You're watching NCAA regional baseball action here from Lynchburg. We'll be back.
And welcome back to the top half of the fourth inning here in the Lynchburg Regional, where two teams are fighting for their season lives. It's the Seahawks of Salve, Regina against the Hornets of the University of Lynchburg. It's been a well-fought battle so far, and we talked about this being a game that is going to be a pendulum swing due to the sheer fact that teams are tired, arms aren't fresh, but they're still going to be pitching and players are still going to be hitting. We see this being a higher scoring game, but that man on the mound right now, number 21, the 6'4" left-hander from Salve Regina University, is doing everything in his power to prevent this from being a high-scoring game. He's done a good job through 3 innings so far. 1 run, earned run.
Doing what he can, and it will be interesting to see the chess match here at what point, because we saw Thurman warming in the pen for the Hornets. You know, this game comes in the game.
Thurman, one of the true All-American arms in this part of the country. Elite strikeout numbers, low walk rate, low ERA, low batting average against, and just from watching it live, he has a fireball for a fastball. It was a hammer curve. Maybach as well, though, has nasty stuff. He shows it there, gets even 1-1.
So Maybach has the lead, but knowing that that arm is getting ready puts pressure on Maybach here to try and have efficient innings, but obviously not extend himself. I mean, it's going to be very hard for somebody who's a sixth-year graduate student who pretty much told his team, I'm pitching this game, even when it was yesterday. So for him to signal and say, yep, that's it, I'm done, could be calling it a career here and walking off the mound for the last time. But obviously that's the job of head coach Eric Sorella and associate coach Andrew McKeon to make that determination when Maybach should be done. And that is the point in the game. When the Hornets get Thurman in here and whoever the Seahawks have to turn to, that could be another major turning point in this game. Maybach looking still okay right now. Count will be full here to the leadoff man, Alvanos.
Okay is one way to say it, but I've seen nothing but positive signs from Maybach inning in, inning out. He's in a 3-2 count here. He's won these counts in the first, second, and third. We'll see how he does against Alvanos. 3-2 pitch, big one. It's just off the plate away. Tough call there. And that will get a runner on first base. PJ Alvanos gets himself a nice walk, and that is expected. PJ Alvanos had a strikeout to walk. 27 strikeouts to 43 walks. Nearly a .5 strikeout to walk ratio. That is elite. So PJ Alvanos, although that was a close one there, he knows the zone. So you got to trust that PJ Alvanos took that one just off the plate. Great walk. Nobody out. Runner on first. Big swing and miss from Gavin Collins.
He said it was a close call. That got head coach Eric Sorella barking at the home plate umpire after that one.
Certainly close. Outer half. Gavin Collins has 5 home runs on the year. A lot of power. From the shortstop. Maybach long hold. Now kicks, delivers. This one swung on, popped up, right side. D'Amato giving chase. He's running near the wall, and that one will go in to the visitor bullpen. The count moves 0-2.
You could tell that one was going to definitely get foul as D'Amato started to slow up just past the right field line. But we've seen some awkward plays in that corner because foul territory just tapers right off into the corner where the gate is.
Big pitch here, 0-2. Maybach kicks, delivers up high. Although that one was in the zone of where that fastball just changed the eye level of Gavin Collins. That wasn't a non-competitive fastball for a ball. That was a very competitive ball for a fastball. Now Maybach has opened up the bottom part of the zone. We'll see if he goes there now.
This ball will skip away, catch. Can't find it.
Good hold by Collins there. That was a breaking pitch down in the zone. Maybach most likely would have wanted that a little bit higher in the zone, but that's still a good pitch. But for Collins, just a good eye and a good attention to the situation and to the pitch sequence. He holds off, and now he's back into a neutral count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And more importantly than the ball, runner gets to second base. So now a runner in scoring position in a 2-run game with nobody out. Maybach kicks. 2-2, swung on, fouled off. Another good fight by Collins there. That was a late breaking curveball on the outer half of the plate. After seeing a fastball up in the zone, generally that's a place that you'll get a K looking. But Collins stays on it, just fouls it off, which was his intention at the end of that pitch. He saw it late, picked up that it was a curveball, and fouled it off. That's a good piece of hitting. Again, the 2-2. Maybach checks second. Whoa! Swung on, hit right back at Maybach. He fires to first in time, and he will. That gets an out, but you really hope that Patrick Maybach is all right. Out comes head coach Eric Sorella. Maybach shakes him off, says, I'm good, but that was a really well-struck ball back into the rib cage of Patrick Maybach.
Well, obviously, yeah, first things first, thank goodness that Pat is okay. And just the wherewithal to I mean, you saying he shook it off? He shook it off immediately and then still found that ball and was able to get the out and gets a good hand here from the crowd at Bank of James Stadium. Obviously, he seems fine. Here's a look at the replay. That one, like almost up near the neck.
You get
blocked it with his hands, and then gathers and fires. And if all we showed you was him finding the ball and then throwing to first, you just think like, oh, okay, he found the ball. But to understand that he just had a ball smoked back in his face.
Exactly
and
right.
then was able to look that calm in throwing out
And for
Collins.
him to have shaked off, like to have had the composure to shake off everybody that was coming towards him saying, no, I'm fine, a warrior move from the veteran, a warrior move. Now he has the one out, big out, and he follows it up with a beautifully shaped curveball. Doesn't get a strike call, but a beautiful pitch. And keeps the runner at second base. Above everything else, he got the out. Here's Fiedler. He has the lone RBI. Good pitch there from Maybach. One out, runner at second base. No shift on the infield. Slight opposite side pull for the outfield. This one hit right where the center fielder was, but deep. Fiedler really crushed it. Grover makes the play on the run. Good barrel by Fiedler. Good play from Grover. This one thrown back into third. It's on a hop. Nice play by Will McCarthy to just get a glove on it, make sure that doesn't get too far away from him. A ball that was squared to center, but the shift from the Seahawks was on the money. That was hit right to where Brandon Grover was shifted just a little bit backwards.
Yeah, again, and Grover, I was kind of surprised there to see the throw to third, given that the runner, Alvanos, was pretty much already there. That's one of those where almost nothing but bad things could happen. He's not trying to get home. He's already at third. Luckily, Maybach again there to back up McCarthy in case it did get away. Catch already standing at home, ready in case there was some sort of play. But again, another opportunity. A run is 90 feet away here still for the Hornets.
And it's Carson Atkins.
We've always said, you make a big play in the field, it seems like you find yourself at the plate. He has an opportunity here to at least bring in one or more after making, as you put it, one of the best plays of the tournament here in Lynchburg so far.
Good pitch from Maybach. Another curveball to start a count. This one doesn't get the call. Count moves 1-0. It does always seem that way, Andrew. You make a nice play in the field as if it were written. It's your story. You're coming up in the next half of the inning. Here's Carson a chance to do something special in both halves. He doesn't exact square that ball up, but he finds a barrel, sends it foul. Last time the Hornets had a player who made a great play in the last half, hit in the next half, it was the catcher Fiedler who hit the ball up the middle on a hard hit ball grounder that scored a run. So last time they had a situation like this, it was run producing. Now there are the two outs. Maybach misses on that pitch, just up and away.
Well, this will be the 77th pitch for Maybach. Obviously, through 3 innings yesterday morning. Control is critical here because any ball that gets past Dylan Ketch will be producing a run.
Nice play by Dylan Ketch to make that play. And now a very favorable count for Carson Atkins. We'll see the approach Maybach has. Atkins, a good hitter. Really good understanding of the zone. On base percentage of .377. He's a .247 hitter. The 3-1 pitch, swung on and missed.
That was pretty nasty.
That appeared to be the first changeup of the day from Patrick Maybach. He always has it available to him. He rarely uses it. About 8% of the time he goes to a changeup, but he goes to it there to perfection. As you said, nasty pitch. Well, now another huge spot. We've had a lot of them. We're getting another. 3-2, 2 outs. Top of the fourth. The pitch swung on and missed. And Patrick Maybach does it again. He throws up a 0 on the board, and we head to the bottom half of the fourth. The score, the Seahawks 3, the Hornets 1, and we're going to be back in a minute.
Look what you're missing.
It really don't matter to me. I'm just happy to be here. I might go crazy.
Football has taught me a lot throughout my life. It's definitely had a huge imprint on who I am as a person. Competing at a Division III level created that opportunity for me to go to college. Not only was I the first one in my family to graduate college, but I was really the first one to even go. Being the first one, I'm breaking that cycle, and now that I've graduated, I'm not sure what's the next step, but I know I have a lot of doors open. And a lot of those are open because I played football and ran track here at Otterbein.
And welcome back to the bottom half of the fourth inning here in a very good ball game between two very good teams in the Lynchburg Regional. The winner moves on to the championship series against Birmingham Southern. And Tyler Petrosino is going to be the man for the Seahawks, looking to add some runs to an already 2-run lead. He had a double to left center field in his last at-bat that he hustled for. We'll see what he's able to do in this at-bat. Huge gap in right center.
Well, Arrington back out there again. 51, now 52 total pitches through 3 innings. Has given up 1 earned run. Has struck out 1 and walked 1. And it'll be interesting to see here. Obviously, his pitch count nowhere near where Maybach's is. He's already touching 80.
Arrington certainly in a crux point in the game. If he can get to the 5th inning, that opens the door for Thurman to be the second guy. And the way that Thurman pitches is efficient and effective. If he's able to get into the game in the 5th inning or later, you're most likely going to see him till at least the 9th. So they really want Arrington to at least get through this inning and hopefully get through the 5th. Petrosino trying to stop that from happening. And again, back to the outfield. There are shades, which is where an outfielder or a position player on the infield will move a little bit but still be playing. And then there are shifts. And the center fielder is shifted against Petrosino. It doesn't end up being for anything, as the walk is drawn by Petrosino there on a good battle. But that would have been interesting to see if that shift would have worked. Up to the plate now is Jared Beniers, who has a runner on first, nobody out. He got on base via an error, although it was a he caused it type of error.
Got another shot here of Thurman throwing in the pen. It would be a win. If I'm Lynchburg, I would feel really good about turning things over to him in the 5th if it's still a 2-run game, knowing that Patrick Maybach maybe only has an inning, maybe an inning and a third with a quick hook, short leash. And if you're only 2 runs down and the Seahawks have to go to a bullpen, I would feel good if I'm the Hornets.
That's the situation the Hornets are looking for. Jared Beniers takes ball 1 up above the zone.
If Pat Maybach goes beyond the 5th inning, that's Herculean. I mean, we've said that about him. He's had instances of that in his career before, but given the stakes, the situation, the competition, the number 11 team in the country.
This one chops second base. Nice play. Tailor-made. Throw from Collins is in time. Anytime you get a double play against Petrosino and Beniers, you know it was a hard-hit ball right to the infielder. It was there. Nice job by Alvanos and Collins to turn the double play up the middle. Now there's 2 outs.
Well, and that's huge for the Hornets because here comes Brandon Grover, who has been just absolutely unstoppable. So for there to be no one on the base paths for the top of the order here in Brandon Grover, that is a massive win for Lynchburg.
Exactly right. Brandon Grover looking to add another appearance at the plate to his already 7 straight on-base streak, 6 of those being hits, 1 of them being a walk-off, 2 of them being for extra bases. And then the only time that it wasn't probably considered a hit was on a very close error to lead off this game. And now he's in a 2-0 count. Grover will draw his walks. Just off the plate there. Now the count's 3-0.
Close call.
Very close. With Grover being as hot as he is, I'm sure he still has the red light here with 2 outs. 3-0 count. And ball 4. That will take the streak to 8.
Well, that is also, I think, Arrington is not wanting to leave something over the plate. I mean, he was pitching away there to Grover the entire time, not wanting to leave a fastball flat and in the zone to let Grover square it up. And again, with the wind now really picking up, as you can see the flag basically blowing really heavily straight out to center field and away from the stadium. But the way Grover's been hitting the ball, it could travel a long way. So that's a job well done if you're Arrington. See if Grover will offer it anything. And if this is it for him, as we get another mound visit potentially, if this is it for Arrington, that last at-bat, that is a job well done against the Seahawks' best hitter here in the regional. And it just looks like this is just going to be a quick visit here and conference on the mound.
Exactly right. This will be just a conference. They're looking most likely for Arrington to get through this inning. With his pitch count being the way that it is, he's been efficient. It is possible they'd send him back out there for the 5th, and then if things go awry, but no, they are going to go to the bullpen. So it appears as if Grayson Thurman is racing in from the bullpen to try and get the 2-hitter Dustin Cicada. Arrington leaves to a warm welcome from the fans and high fives and handshakes from all his teammates. As Thurman gets ready to pitch, we'll send it to a break. The score is 3-1, runner on first.
Think a private education is too expensive? Think again. At the University of Lynchburg, you can get a personalized education for the cost of a state school. If you're commuting and you get our top scholarships, you could pay much less. And you get all that without the hassle of giant lecture halls. Our faculty know your name here and do more than just teach. You might even do research together and plan out your next career moves.
When you come to the University of Lynchburg to earn a master's degree in athletic training, you'll spend time in the classroom, but you'll also spend a lot of time in our top-notch facilities, learning from athletic trainers and working closely with our student athletes. In the Graduate Cadaver Lab, you'll learn about the human body in the best way possible, by actually studying the human body. This will provide a foundation to make you a much better athletic trainer. In the athletic training laboratory, you'll get hands-on experience, practicing your skills, applying concepts from the classroom, and working with faculty on research projects. It's also where our hydrotherapy facilities are. This space is also used by students for studying and practicing skills outside of class time. In the Sports Medicine Clinic and Turner Gymnasium, you'll work with student athletes from more than 20 NCAA Division III sports teams, helping get them back to practice and into the game as soon as possible. As an athletic training student, you're a big part of the success of our sports teams and the success of the local athletic teams. We see this relationship as a win-win situation. You learn, and that helps us win.
And welcome back to the Lynchburg Regional, where Grayson Thurman comes in for the Hornets to try and shut things down here in the bottom half of the 4th. Elite speed over at first. That's Brandon Grover. Good hitter at the plate. It's Dustin Cicada. And on the mound is an All-American candidate, Grayson Thurman. He will come at you with a low 90s fastball and a hammer. And I'm quoting a lot of players who have played against him. Hammer of a curveball. He's mostly a 2-pitch pitcher. Checks again to first. That one close. Not in time. Brandon Grover back safely.
And we saw the Hornets go to him early against Salve, Regina back in their first meeting on Friday. He had his longest outing of the season then. And if they're asking him to go to the distance, he will once again be having his longest outing of the season. And we were talking, Niall, in the break about whether or not that's possible. And honestly, until we see that he can't, you have to believe that he will.
Yeah, when you have elite players, there's nothing you expect they couldn't do. It would be unbelievably improbable to have somebody who went on Friday throw for 5 1/3 on Sunday, or who threw on Thursday to pitch like this on Saturday. Now they have Grover. This is exactly what Thurman was looking for. Good speed. They throw back to Thurman. Grover's still in the pickle. He's got a shot. He dives to second base, but he gets tagged out. And funny enough, it's Thurman who makes the out. So just as expected, Grayson Thurman gets the out. Not the way we expected it. Nonetheless, we head to the top half of the 5th with the score still Salve Regina 3 and the Hornets 1.
I learned a lot of valuable lessons playing college football. I never thought about the health benefits of exercise until I actually started to talk to coaches in college. It's not only just for performance, it's for life. My coaches instilled the importance of well-being, not only building up strength, mental health, getting enough sleep, eating properly is all what it is to be healthy. I decided that I want to go in a personal trainer and share my knowledge that I obtained in college about physical and mental well-being.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school. It's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
Welcome back to Bank of the James Stadium, top of the 5th. You just saw Grayson Thurman get fired up after causing an out in a little rundown with Brandon Grover between first and second. He was a little shaken up on the play. We'll have to wait and see if he returns to the field here for the top of the 5th. If not, that would be a massive blow for Salve Regina, and it does look like we are getting a change. So Brandon Grover leaves the game. Here's the play. Thurman, he dives, Grover dives, ooh, and he lands on his right arm. His arm got pinned underneath him. That's what looks like happened. And possible, we don't want to speculate on what the injury is, but that was the arm that Grover was favoring, and that is right there. Thurman now in the game. He gets a quick out to get out of the 4th, and in doing so has chased the Seahawks' best bat here in the tournament from the lineup. Obviously no intent to harm. That's not what the Hornets were looking for, but if you're Lynchburg, you will take that. Unfortunately, you never want to see anyone get hurt, but now again, Pat Maybach on the mound, knowing that Thurman is out there, maybe a little extra gas for him to try and see how far he can go, because this game has turned in a hurry.
Well, certainly one of the things to remember, although it's so easy to forget, is that Patrick Maybach pitched 3 innings and got a win yesterday. He looks sharp as it gets. It doesn't appear as if he's laboring anything. And on top of all of this, as he gets ahead quickly 0-2, he was hitting the ribcage. This is, miracle stuff, hero stuff. What a performance so far.
So Matt Neal has gone to left field for Brandon Grover, and Jared Beniers has moved to center field. So Neal, Beniers, and D'Amato is the outfield now for Salve Regina. Defensively, the Seahawks should still be okay, but offensively, you just lost what had been the best bat in the lineup, leading 3-1. Now the tenor of this game changes. Can the pitching staff do enough? Because Thurman is going to be able to really work against the Seahawks lineup. And what may have been trending towards a track meet could turn into a duel.
Certainly, although one of the things about Matthew Neal, the freshman, is he is a power bat as well. In fact, when it comes to power bats, true power bats in the lineup. Matthew Neal is up there with just about anybody else. He has home run potential, so it'll be interesting to see what he's able to do offensively.
1-2 pitch just misses inside. Pat Maybach did not like that. Believed that he had gotten strike 3. It'll be 2-2 here to Cameron Lane, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout here in this game. Maybach kicks and delivers the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He does get him.
Beautiful piece of pitch in there from Maybach. He goes back to the curveball and gets Cameron Lane swinging.
1 down with no one on. Logan Webster now, the left fielder. Can Maybach have quick innings? Offer here. And it looks like they're going to say strike 1.
Good pitch there. That again appeared to be one of the breaking pitches, possibly the changeup down in the zone for Maybach. Working his stuff.
The 0-1, swing and a miss. Webster, 1 for 2, has struck out as well. One of the 5 strikeouts so far on the day for Pat Maybach. Here comes the 0-2, up high, count 1-2.
Well, a good pitch there. Exactly what Maybach's trying to do based on the fact that he's been using his breaking pitches to his advantage for his strikeouts. He wants to use a fastball, elevate it, change the eye level. He does it there.
The 1-2, swing and a miss. He got him. Strikeout number 6 for Patrick Maybach.
Climb the ladder and then slide down. He goes with a fastball up near the shoulders and then immediately follows that with a pitch in the lower part of the zone. And it works to perfection. He gets the swing, gets the miss, and now there's 2 outs.
Two outs, no one on here for Jackson, the third baseman. He takes ball 1. Jackson, senior from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Here's the 1-0. Up high, count 2-0. Two outs, no one on here for the Hornets. Neves waiting on deck, hoping to get a chance to bat with someone on. Jackson lifts this one foul.
Maybach continues to find Neves in unfavorable situations for Neves. He hasn't come up with 2 runners on. He has not come up with less than 2 outs so far in today's game. And if you are the Seahawks, if you're Patrick Maybach, there's nothing you'd rather have than that.
Here's the 2-1. Inside, count 3-1. Favorable position here for Jackson.
And this is the dangerous part of the lineup. Jackson and then Neves and then O'Donovan. Power on power on power, as well as production on the base paths and on-base percentages through the roof. This is a really good part of the lineup.
Maybach kicks and delivers the 3-1. Fouled off. Count will be full. You can see all three of the Seahawks coaches watching Maybach, I believe. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch fouled off again. Such an interesting situation with a 6th-year graduate student on the mound who you know would probably just pitch until his arm absolutely fell off. But with the stakes, there's going to come a point where Maybach is going to have to step off the mound. 3-2 once again. Fouled off again. What a battle here between Jackson and Maybach.
Another huge battle that's been going on with Neves on deck, and Neves has seen it really well today against a great pitcher in Maybach. And again, for Maybach, for those who don't know, one of the elite pitchers in the Northeast, more impressive careers than most anybody ever had. And it's going to be huge if Neves can get up with a runner on. He would represent the tying run in this game, and he has barreled 2 balls very hard already.
Full count, 2 out, no one on. Here's the pitch from Maybach. Put in play, and this one, diving play made by Platt. He tosses to Canoe. The Seahawks once again. Pat Maybach able to get out of, obviously, no one on. Doesn't sound like a jam, but with the man waiting on deck, who was Neves, that is a huge spot and a big-time play by Platt. So Salve holds on to the 3-1 lead, and we head to the bottom of the 5th here from Lynchburg. We'll be back.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
Welcome back to Bank of the James Stadium, bottom of the 5th here in Lynchburg, Virginia. Andrew Pazzelli alongside Niall Silberman bringing you the call of this NCAA regional. Salve, Regina leading the host, University of Lynchburg, 3-1. That one up and inside. Thurman introducing himself to Dustin Cicada, who was 1 for 1 with an RBI in this game. Thurman delivers down low, count 2-0.
In the same way that the story for Patrick Maybach would be, how does his stuff play given the amount of rest and the amount that he's pitched recently? The same plays here.
This one chopped past the dive of Collins. Base hit for Dustin Cicada.
Well, that's a beautiful piece of hitting there. He gets himself up into a hitter's count. And when you're facing elite pitching, it's more important to find yourself in hitter's counts against that pitcher, because you can guess what pitch is coming and you can just time up a fastball. He does it well there, finds a barrel, send it to center field. Great piece of hitting by Dustin Cicada.
Tyler Canoe, 0 for 1, also has an RBI. First pitch way inside from Thurman. The Hornets are hoping to get another lengthy outing, what would be the longest of the season from him. By going to him this early, he gets a strike here. But any amount that the Seahawks can run up his pitch count will be beneficial. Count 1-1. He got the easy out in the bottom of the 4th. He'll step off and reset now. Look in for the sign from Fiedler. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, followed off by Canoe.
That was a great swing there. He was waiting on the curveball, got it, just missed it barely. Big time swing from Tyler Canoe. If Canoe sees another curveball here, could be dangerous.
1-2 count. Check on the runner, Cicada. He dives back safe. Thurman, a senior as well, from Lynch Station, Virginia. He delivers high. Count 2-2.
Good pitch there. Changes the eye level of Canoe. Fastball at the eyes. We'll see if he goes back down here.
Check on Cicada again. He dives back safe. Cicada, who does lead the Seahawks in stolen bases now. Breaking ball, fouled off by Canoe. Once again, sitting on that curveball, rather.
It was a great idea for Thurman to go to the fastball that he threw up above the eyes of Canoe because he had seen back-to-back curveballs very well and put a good swing on them. So he changes it up, goes to the fastball above the zone, and then goes back to a curveball. Canoe wasn't exactly, although he was waiting for it, he wasn't exactly prepared for it. Fouls it off.
2-2. Down low. Count will be full, 3-2. Good battle here from Canoe with Thurman. Canoe nodding his head as well.
Great job by Canoe to read that curveball down in the dirt. There is a lot of three-dimensional and two-dimensional break on that pitch. He sees it down.
Full count here to Tyler Canoe. Thurman delivers. There goes Cicada, and it will be a walk. So opportunity for Salve Regina. 2 on, no one out. Here comes Dylan Ketch.
Well, they call him Clutch Catch. And this is certainly a clutch opportunity. Runner in scoring position, only a 2-run game, but momentum has stalled for both sides. And the next team to pick up momentum will have about 3 innings worth of stalled energy ready to apply to their side's momentum. The Seahawks certainly looking to keep their lead. Thurman obviously looking to shut things down and give the offense another chance.
I think the Seahawks, given that Brandon Grover has exited the game, want to do anything they can to add to this lead. Catch shows bunt, then he swings away. This one driven to right field, and it's going to bounce into a gap to the wall. This could score too easily. Here comes Cicada. Here comes Canoe. No throw at the plate. A double for the man. Clutch Catch, and the Seahawks lead 5-1.
Well, I mean, talk about a double on the rocks. He stepped up for the rocks and delivered a blow. The score now 5-1, 4-run deficit, always tough to overcome, and they needed that one. The Seahawks regained some energy. That dugout is lively right now. And keep in mind, there are no outs in this inning. 5-1 is the score.
And here's Will McCarthy, who has had some good swings. That ball was placed into the gap already. McCarthy lifts this one in the air. Shallow right center, long run. Coming over from second, Alvanos makes the grab. And there's one out now with one on. But the wind certainly helped carry that ball from Catch. Already was going to be in a gap, but it got to the wall and bounced. Obviously left it in a spot where the Seahawks were able to score 2 from it on runners from first and second. A 4-run lead now with one out. Already a massively productive inning if you're Salve Regina. And in any of these innings, for any team, you're just hoping not to have an inning get away. Don't let 2 runs become 6 or 7 or 8. Seahawks have not scored more than 2 in any inning so far. Hornets have put up 1 run back in the second. D'Amato shows bunt, then peels back.
And that was a huge hit by Catch there for obvious, there are obvious implications. It takes the lead from 2 to 4, which is a big deal. But that double is a tone setter. On the mound, Grayson Thurman is so good. He had allowed 6 extra base hits all year and only 2 doubles. So that was only the 3rd double in 64 innings that has been hit off Grayson Thurman.
D'Amato fouls this one off. Count will be 1-2. Swings at this one, grounded to Neves. He will underhand to Thurman. He'll touch first. 1 out. 2 outs now. And Catch moves over to third.
Productive out, but a good play by Neves over at first base. Tough ball, takes him to.
Well, 20 pitches now this inning for Thurman. Seahawks have brought across.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience. Not only
Today, 2 barrels, 1 for 2, single up the middle, and a
from Neves.
Yep.
See if that gives them some momentum.
But certainly at the end of the day, that's 1 run. In the same way that a ball up the middle, that scored 1 run. That was simply 1 run. So as you're saying, beneficial, as we've been saying the whole game, it's beneficial he's on without runners on base for him. Of course, there's another tough battle here. It's Riley O'Donovan, but you have the benefit now, if you're Maybach, of being ahead in the count 0-2. Makes it a lot tougher on the hitter to have to face all 4 of the pitches, knowing you can throw them anywhere. This one outside.
I mean,
Ball 1.
a shot like that, though, still injects some energy. It gives a little something extra. Can the Hornets ride that? Can they build off of it?
That is exactly right. Maybach's going to want to shut things down here, make it a quick inning. Good pitch, inner half, doesn't quite get the call. Slider inside. As for Avery Neves, it has been barrels all day. He is a good hitter who is seeing the ball well and doing his best hitting right now. 2-2 pitch, swung on, chop, left side. Cicada there, nice play with the glove, throws over to first. It's in time, 1 away. Nice play by Dustin Cicada.
Well, a routine play for Dustin Cicada, who's had to make some very difficult grabs that he made look easy. This time, just the easy hop, catch and throw with Tyler Canoe. 1 out, no one on now.
And that brings up P.J. Alvenos. Alvenos, 302 coming into the day, but he slugs against the lefties. 371 against lefties. That one outside. Slight shift for the defense here. Kyle Platt has moved over to shallow right field. The middle of the field is open. That one in there for a strike. Now the count evens up at 1-1. Cicada is shifted a little bit on the shortstop side of second base towards the actual bag, but Kyle Platt playing significantly into the 3-4 hole, expecting a left-handed pull. Great pitch there from Maybach. Another curveball. It's still shaped beautifully, breaking for him just as he'd like.
This will be the 108th pitch for Maybach.
Really good stuff. 2 runs so far, keeping him. Oh, got him swinging. What a pitch. Slider just fooled Alvenos. Really good inside fastball, and then an inside breaking ball, and then a ball up in the zone, and then he goes outside with another slider. Just sequenced that at bat unbelievably well. Gets the strikeout. And now there are 2 outs for the shortstop, Gavin Collins. First pitch up in the zone. Collins hitless today. Does have a strikeout. One of the 7 strikeouts against the Hornets. That one beautiful. Another beautiful slider. Although Maybach is in pitch territory most likely of 110 after that one, his stuff is still moving exactly how it was at the start of the game. That slider sharp and late break to it. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Collins. Kick, deliver, outer half, fastball just missed.
I mean, forgetting the number of innings, just the number of pitches that Maybach has already thrown here today and has been this effective.
This one swung on, hit center field. There's the new center fielder, Jared Beniers, with his first chance at a play, and he makes it look easy, and that will do it here in the top half of the 6th. Well, there were some fireworks coming from the bat of Avery Neves, but we head to the bottom half of the 6th. The score, the Seahawks 5, the Hornets 2, and we'll be back shortly.
Diving in college taught me to strive and be the best athlete I can be, but also the best student I can be. My coaches always made sure that the student comes first. because not everyone's going to become a professional athlete. So they make sure that we will do great in academics. I knew that would only open the door to my future, and I'm really excited to start my dream program for physical therapy.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby. Inside the 30, touchdown. Michaela Burgess.
An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
And welcome back to the bottom half of the 6th inning here in the Lynchburg Regional, where we get a chance to see Tyler Petrosino swing it for the 3rd time. He has a double and a walk in his 2 at-bats. First pitch to him, good curveball just off the plate. Petrosino in his first at-bat against Thurman. But Petrosino does have the benefit of having faced Thurman twice in their first matchup of the regional, and also has the advantage of a 2-0 count here. Good pitch from Thurman, outer half, called for a strike. Good hitter's count. We'll see if Petro has his idea of what Thurman's going to go with here. It's the fastball. Petrosino was on it, but he missed. Counts 2-2.
Even if you know that fastball's coming, it's still a lot to catch up to.
Exactly right. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Thurman,
just like that,
pitched really well in that at-bat. Fastballs and curveballs sequenced pretty much to perfection. Get the strikeout. Good way to start the inning for Thurman. Now Jared Beniers comes to the plate.
Beniers 0 for 2 so far here today in this game.
Does have a run scored. He reached on an error. Sees ball 1. Good to come back there. So Thurman gets down early 1-0 to both of the first 2 batters of this half inning. Comes back with strike 1 immediately following that. And now Beniers is going to have to work. Neutral count 1-1, swung on and missed. Thurman's looking sharp right now.
Well, some warming action in the Seahawks pen. That looked like Andrew Roman, who was starting to really get hot.
Two count to Beniers. Thurman set. Good curveball and way to stay on it, Beniers. He just saw a fastball in the outer half. Saw that pitch up in the zone, recognized it was a curveball, threw his bat at it and was able to foul it off. It does appear that Thurman is a 2-pitch pitcher, just elite with the curveball and the fastball. And that's what made him so effective out of the bullpen. Here's the 2-2. This one swung on, popped up, right center field, and down for a base hit. So Jared Beniers finds himself on first base. And now the Seahawks have speed on the base paths. And speed on the base paths for Matthew Neal, the freshman and the new left fielder from this game. He's taking over for Brandon Grover. He's been in the field now for 2 half innings. This is his first at-bat of the day, his first at-bat of the regional, and his first at-bat of his playoff career as he is a freshman.
Just his 18th at-bat of the entire season.
I mean, talk about a spot.
And you're facing Thurman. Have fun.
One of the elite arms in the country out of the bullpen. You're a freshman in your first college appearance, and that's who you're facing. But a good job by Neal. He's committing He's seeing pitches really well. His lower half is firing, but he's keeping his hands back on 2 pitches that were out of the zone. So his approach is very good, and if he does find a ball that he likes and he's able to identify the spin out of the hand early, I wouldn't be surprised to see him find a barrel. Again, he does it here. Really good job by Matthew Neal to commit to hitting without swinging at pitches that are out of the zone. His lower half is working really well for him, and he's keeping his hands back. 3-0 pitch. Up and in. Wall. Well done.
That is very impressive from Matthew Neal, a freshman from Ashland, Mass, coming into this situation, given the stakes, given who you're facing on the mound, and to have that sort of plate discipline, that is very, very impressive.
Freshman versus senior.
And I'll say this, Thurman still looks good, and there's guys watching here in the bullpen for the Hornets. I mean, Thurman's going to go a few innings here. His stuff does not look as dominant as it had on Friday, which is just natural to expect. But can he be effective, and can he work through these situations? Because, again, 2 on, 1 out, runner in scoring position. You're asking him to hold. Just keep the Seahawks off the board. He's already given up 2 runs. So he cannot afford to give up any more. Now, obviously, there's going to be time here for the Hornets to work, we imagine, at some point against the Seahawks bullpen.
Great pitch from Thurman there. Curveball on cue. Perfectly executed, middle of the plate down.
But this is leverage stuff here for Thurman.
100%. The 2-hitter here and the 3-hitter on deck. This is a very good part of the lineup for the Seahawks. Swung on, hit right center field. Back goes Atkins. He's there. He does make the catch. What a play. Off to third base goes Beniers. That was traveling a long way. And Atkins traveled all the way there with the ball. Makes a nice catch on the run, and that's his second great play in the outfield. Another one here, but this one takes away a run. Nice play by Atkins.
Yeah, I mean, once again, this he does not have to lay out for this one, but a full tilt sprint to go and make that grab in the outfield. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Seahawks have been here before. Can Tyler Canoe win the battle here with Thurman?
And now an interesting shade. This isn't a full-blown shift in the outfield, but it is certainly a heavy shade by the center fielder, who's playing about 50 feet to his left. Right center field is being covered. Left center field is being opened. They expect Tyler Canoe, if he connects with the ball to the outfield, to be sending it the opposite way, most likely because he'll be late on a fastball. Of course, Tyler Canoe has pull-side power, to say the least. There it is, pull side, throw, and that gets past the diving Collins. 1 run scores, off to third, Matthew Neal. He dives in safely. Really well done by Matthew Neal.
Well, Collins this time has made some great plays, just can't get this one on the dive. Canoe able to get to first, and the Seahawks get the run back that Neves had delivered with the big home run. They once again lead by 4 runs. Runners at the corners again. Still 2 outs, and it doesn't get any easier. Dylan Ketch once again at the plate, trying to give the Seahawks more.
Yeah, last time he came up to the plate, he barreled the ball out to right center field. Of course, if he's able to do that again here, he would put himself in some serious company. This one hit right side. Neves is there. Nice play. He steps on first, and that will do it. But Tyler Canoe drives in a big one, and the Seahawks score moves to 6. They're ahead in this competition with a score 6-2. We head to the top half of the 7th. We'll be back shortly.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
Is it Earlham?
Is it pronounced Earlham?
It's Earlham, and it's a place for
amateur farmers,
Athletes.
artists,
barefooters,
world changers,
do-gooders.
It's a place for you.
And it'll change your life for good.
Welcome back to Bank of the James Stadium here in the top of the 7th of this NCAA Division III Baseball Regional here in Lynchburg, Virginia. Salve, Regina University leading the University of Lynchburg 6-2. Top of the 7th here, and Andrew Roman replaces Pat Maybach. So the Seahawks going to their closer here, potentially asking him to get 9 outs. He delivers a strike here to Holden Fiedler, but just to kind of wrap up after this pitch from Roman, we have to talk about Patrick Maybach and what he was able to do here today. Here's the 0-1, cut on and missed, strike 2. Ada Pizzelli here with Niall Silberman, and now Pat Maybach goes 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, 1 looking, in what could be his final collegiate appearance. Just one of the best pitchers in Seahawks program history, and Herculean to come out here and do what he did today.
Just a warrior on and off the field. Great strikeout from Roman there. Outside corner, beat him with fastballs. Great job. But what Maybach was able to do was come back a day of rest and still mix 4 pitches effectively. Maybach is not the type of pitcher that's going to beat you with his fastball specifically. He has to be good with 4 pitches, and he was here today. This is a game that has massive implications. Toughest opponent Salve has played all year, and he went out 6, gave up 2, had the 7 strikeouts. What an unbelievable performance, especially given the circumstances.
Seahawks all-time leader in wins, strikeouts, ERA. Obviously a fantastic person as well from Saunderstown, Rhode Island. Team captain, leader, 4-time captain of the team in his 6th year as a graduate student. But he turns it over here to Roman, who's looking good so far. Can't get the pitch here. Count will be 1-1 with 1 out. And Maybach will just have to watch this one now. His team sitting in a good spot, leading 6-2. Here's the 1-1. Catch can't frame that. Count will be 2-1. Roman kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss.
Got him there. A good slider. After the fastball in the outer half, he goes to a slider that started middle in. Got a big swing and miss.
Count 2-2. This one tapped on the ground, and it will be foul.
So Roman has gone with a slider on the middle part of the plate, and now a slider on the outer part of the plate. We'll see if he goes to a fastball on the inner part of the plate to look for the strikeout here.
2-2. Looking for the offer, they say. He did. Atkins did go. Another strikeout for Roman.
Roman is a strikeout pitcher. In his last 3 appearances, he's pitched 12 innings, and he has 20 strikeouts. make it 22 now in just those 12 innings, about 2 per inning. He's got 2 already.
And we turn to the top of the order to Cameron Lane, who's 0 for 3 and has struck out twice. It's been a struggle for Lane against the Seahawks. Swings at the first pitch here, and fans.
Well, he starts off this count with a fastball. Roman, 2-pitch pitcher. He's going to go at you with a slider and a fastball, both of them plus pitches. Lane has not seen Roman's slider in this regional.
The 0-1 fouled off. Count will be 0-2. Andrew Roman trying to make this a quick 1-2-3 inning.
Roman has seen pitcher counts in every at-bat of this inning. Really good job. He's also only going with fastballs in this count. We'll see if he goes to a slider here.
0-2 count, 2 outs, no one on here for the Hornets. Roman kicks and delivers outside. Ball 1.
It's tough to sequence off a pitch like that. That was a bit more outside than Roman would have liked.
Here's the 1-2. Inside. Count even 2-2.
Well, it's a neutral count. It's practically a new count. First point wins type situation. 2-2. The last 2 pitches haven't been exactly what Roman was looking for.
That one right down the pipe. Strike 3. Andrew Roman comes in. 1, 2, 3 they go, all by way of the strikeout. And we head to the bottom of the 7th. Salve Regina leading 6-2 here in this elimination game at the regionals. We'll be back.
Get your career in the game by enrolling in the University of Lynchburg MBA program with an emphasis in sport management. This program opens the doors to new possibilities for a variety of careers, from being an athletic director or working in athletic administration to working for professional organizations, your favorite team, to running a local Parks and Rec department. And employers are increasingly requesting and preferring individuals who have postgraduate education, specifically looking for an MBA. And so the University of Lynchburg Sport Management concentration in the MBA program sets you up for success, and it sets you apart from the many other people looking for jobs in the industry. Learn from winners. Here you will learn from professors and mentors who have spent their careers doing exactly what you want to do. Increase your marketability in an $83 billion industry. If you have a 3.0 GPA, the GMAT is waived. There's no application fee, admissions occurs on a rolling basis, and our online program is ideal for working adults. When you enroll in this program, you enroll in the opportunity to learn from the best of.
Welcome back to Lynchburg. Andrew Pizzelli alongside Niall Silberman bringing you the call of this one. An elimination game here this morning between Salve Regina and the University of Lynchburg. Thurman delivers here to Will McCarthy. Salve leading 6-2 here over the number 11th ranked team in the country and the hosts here for this regional tournament, part of the tournament. 1-1 count now for Thurman to McCarthy. Swing and a miss from McCarthy. Count will be 1-2. Nice looking pitch there.
Time up a fastball there and send it a million miles an hour over that wall. Big time swing.
One-two pitch is up high. Count will be even 2-2. In the air, Alvenos under it at second. He makes the grab. 1 away.
Good start to the inning for Thurman. Exactly what he's looking for. Quick outs. Get the leadoff batter.
Matt D'Amato, who's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Takes the first pitch for a strike from Thurman.
Beautiful pitch there, executed to perfection. Outer half, bottom corner. Great pitch.
This one is knocked foul. D'Amato quickly behind, 0-2. What's been impressive about this too, Niall, for Salve Regina is that their best bat had to leave this game. And since then, the Seahawks have put up 3 runs on the best arm for the Hornets.
You know, that's something about the Seahawks is that they are good 1 through 9. And although it was Grover.
Strikeout here for D'Amato. His tough day continues. He's 0 for 4 now with 2 Ks.
Although it was Grover at this point in time, at any given moment, it could be the next guy. It could always be Tyler Canoe or Dylan Ketch or Matt D'Amato or a lot of other guys. So it was Grover, but there are 8 other guys in the lineup and 5 others on the bench who are ready to pick up Brandon Grover.
And it was said before this game that for the Seahawks to win this game against this Lynchburg team, it was going to have to be the other guys. You could not expect Brandon Grover to go 5 for 5 again. You couldn't just it's unrealistic to ask somebody to do that or to expect it. And it has been a splattering of other players making timely plays here in this one. The Seahawks liking their position right now, leading 6-2. Thurman, though, trying to make this a quick inning and get his offense back up to the plate. Here's the 1-1 to Platt. Big swing and a miss.
That's the way that it has been all year. Guys hitting in sequence. There was a game down in Florida where there were 7 straight hits, and it only scored 5 runs because nobody hit a home run. It's just people getting on base and the next guy up doing his job. We've seen a lot of guys doing their job here.
This one hit to right field on the run. Under it and making the grab is Lane. So the job well done there by Thurman to get the Seahawks to go quickly. His bats will come back as we head to the top of the 8th here in this elimination game. Win or go home between Salve Regina and Lynchburg. We'll be back.
And welcome back to the top half of the 8th inning here in the Lynchburg Regional. Andrew Roman, who just struck out the side in the 7th, is back out for the 8th. But it gets no easier as he is going to go up against Logan Webster, number 6, the left fielder. He is 1 for 3. He does have 2 strikeouts, but the ball that he pieced up was smashed. He's seeing barrels well. Roman's going to come at it with a slider fastball combination. Back in his first inning of work, he was getting ahead early, and I think that's what makes it so tough on hitters is when he's able to get ahead early because it's a 90-plus mile-an-hour fastball with a very sharp 20-inch breaking slider. If you're down the count and you don't know which one's coming, it can be a handful to try and manage that. Very important for Andrew Roman to get ahead.
And it would seem, at least for now, unless he runs into some serious trouble, that the Seahawks are going to ask Andrew Roman to get 9 outs. The only action is spectator action in the bullpen right now for Salve Regina.
And they said that he went on that one, so the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Lynchburg faithful not thrilled about that call. Nonetheless, another pitcher count for Roman. Make it 4, where he has gotten to 2 strikes faster than he has gotten to 2 balls. Big spot here. He kicks, delivers, and he did go. Strike number 3 and strikeout number 4. Andrew Roman has seen 4. And Andrew, he struck out 4. I think he's looking pretty good today.
Well, I was going to say, if you're Salve and you're saying, Andrew, we need you to go get 9 outs, doing them very efficiently, almost halfway there.
And I think there's some history that Andrew Roman is fully aware of with Lynchburg. Andrew Roman pitched in the 8th inning in the Game 1 regional against Lynchburg, and that was not Andrew Roman's cleanest inning of work. Although none of the runs were earned, it wasn't an inning that Roman felt good about. So for him to come out the way he is today, absolutely on fire, as this one swung on and hit hard center field. Beniers chasing. He is going to field it off the wall, and Garrett Jackson's going to keep going. He's headed to third. Throw from Beniers is cut off, and it's a stand or a sliding triple.
That is a massive, massive hit. The wind kind of has shifted, so it was blowing more across the field. If not, that ball would have been gone as well. But the Seahawks, a little bit of a misplay there. It's not an error, but just the ball hit to a little awkward spot. Is it going to hit off the wall, hanging up in the air? And the wheels of Jackson to get to third. And big opportunity here once again for the Hornets. 1 out, and here's Avery Neves, who last time in his at-bat hit a ball that left the county.
And for Avery Neves, there are certain players who come up to the plate with less than 2 outs and a runner on third, and their job is to score the run. This one hit hard left field, and it's down. First pitch single, RBI single. But for Neves, what I was going to say before he just takes the punchline away from me and does it himself is he's looking for more than that. He's looking to do damage with the bat, not just have a sac fly or trade it out for a run. He wants to score the run and do it while getting on base. He does it there. What a day he's having.
Well, let's see what the Hornets can do. Neves did his job, brought in 1 run. It's a 3-run game once again. Can O'Donovan deliver? He's 1 for 3.
And that's exactly right. The lineup gets no easier. First pitch to O'Donovan. Slider, got him. 0-1 is the count now. Time is called. Third base coaches want to have a word with O'Donovan. Most likely going over the approach that they want to have with fastballs and sliders. If you're chasing both and not necessarily picking up spin out of the hand of Andrew Roman, it is so difficult because of the late break on the slider. You have to pick it up early, otherwise you'll have a very high swing and miss rate, which is shown by the 37% whiff rate that Roman holds against all opposing batters, which is unreal. 37%, 1/3 of swings are coming and missing. That is well above average. The 0-1 pitch in there for strike 2. From the looks of it, he picked up that it was a slider but didn't agree with the call, but now he's in a huge hole 0-2. Roman checks Neves. Has his set. Kick delivers. Swung on and missed. Great job by Andrew Roman to settle down after what was a bit of a tedious back-to-back at-bats. I mean, truly tedious. Triple and then the single.
Yeah, huge for Roman. But there's still work to do, having to get Alvenos. Neves always a threat to steal as well. Took a big lead and then kind of faked like he was going to second. That made Dylan Ketch pop up right away after that strikeout.
Alvenos.
Be interesting to see how aggressive the Hornets want to get. You don't want to run into an out if you try and send Neves to second. Obviously, you could put him in scoring position if you're successful, but The Hornets can't afford to waste outs.
Absolutely not. It would be helpful. Alvenos is 4th on the team with 12 doubles. Neves does have good wheels, but being at 2nd would certainly help him score on a double. From first, it would have to be put into one of the deep gaps in the centers, right center or left center, or truly pulled down the line in right field. Count is 0-1. Roman set. There goes Neves. Outside. Catch. Throws to second. Not in time. And Neves takes a step off second base, waiting to see how far that was going to come off the bag.
Well, the throw was timely from Dylan Ketch, but I don't think it had the mustard on it that he wanted, and ended up coming up short. And fortunate for Salve, Regina, that ball did not bounce away into the outfield, in which case that would have put Neves easily at third. But here we go. The gamble pays off for the Hornets. He's in scoring position. 1-1 count, 2 outs.
Big spot. Neves extends his stolen base lead to 14. This one popped up left side. McCarthy giving chase, as is Dylan Ketch. Both of them reach up, and it bounces just in front of the home dugout.
That's an impossible play. I mean, yes, did it bounce in foul territory? Yeah, but right in front of the wall there of the dugout, you'd have to be standing. With the speed you're running, you'd have to catch that, and you'd go crashing over and into the dugout very dangerously. So that is an impossible play. Fortunate for the Hornets that one was not a foot closer to the field of play, or else that would have been an out.
Well, still trouble. 1-2 count. And the pitch upstairs. Good slider. Just missed above the zone. And now it's 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. And Alvano's looking to score 2 runs. Neves has his lead off of second. Kyle Platt shifted into right center field, shallow. Lefty shift on for Alvenos. There goes Cicada. Roman kicks, delivers, and this one's fouled back, so the count stays even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And on top of continuing to put pressure on in this inning, the more pitches Roman has to throw, the better it is for the Hornets, as given the situation in the bullpen, which is there's nobody up for the Seahawks, Andrew Roman will be going back out in the top of the 9th.
Threw 14 in the 7th, has already thrown 14 here in the 8th.
Roman set. He looks, kicks, delivers, swung on, and barely fouled off.
That one was floating for a moment above the head of Dylan Ketch.
A whole lot of backspin as that came out of the glove of Dylan Ketch. It really was.
He would have needed eyes in the back of his head. He could have just reached back and grabbed that.
Well, again, the 2-2 count.
Good battle here from Alvenos with Roman.
2 strikes on him for what feels like an eternity. Roman trying to end this one. 2-2 pitch. Slider swung on and missed. Roman ends it. 5 strikeouts through 2 innings, and none bigger than that one. He limits the damage. The Hornets do score 1, and the University of Lynchburg now has 3, but they're going to need 3 more. The score is 6-3. Salve Regina on top, and we head to the bottom of the 8th.
Look what you're missing.
It really don't matter to me. I'm just happy to be here. I might go crazy.
Football has taught me a lot throughout my life. It's definitely had a huge imprint on who I am as a person. Competing at a Division III level created that opportunity for me to go to college. Not only was I the first one in my family to graduate college, but I was really the first one to even go. Being the first one, I'm breaking that cycle, and now that I've graduated, I'm not sure what's the next step, but I know I have a lot of doors open. And a lot of those are open because I played football and ran track here at Otterbein.
Welcome back to the bottom half of the 8th inning in what has been an amazing game between Salve Regina University and the University of Lynchburg. Up to the plate, leading off the inning for the 3rd time is the 8-hole hitter Tyler Petrosino. He faces the pitcher for the 2nd time. This, of course, Thurman. Showing bunt, pulls it back. Petrosino has wheels. I wouldn't be shocked to see him attempt to lay down a bunt, especially a push bunt, with knees playing about 25 feet behind the line, behind the bag. We'll see if Petrosino does it again. He does not, but now he's in a good count.
Just to circle back for a minute, Niall, that strikeout for Roman, huge, because that was an excellent opportunity for the Hornets to maybe get more runs. And now you have the 7, 8, 9 hitters due up with your season on the line.
And against one of the best relievers in the country, Roman was the only first-team CCC reliever, the best reliever in the conference, on the best team in the conference. Certainly a tough ask for the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Petrosino in a good count, 3-1. This one swung on, popped up, foul. And now it's another full count against Petrosino. He has won this in the past. He's a walk today. Always a different beast when you have to face Thurman. The power right arm with the hammer curveball. He comes set. Looks in, kicks, delivers. Good curveball. It got him. What a pitch. That was the hammer, Andrew.
Absolutely. And for Lynchburg, they're hoping that this isn't the final inning for Thurman. They want to see him in what could be at the bottom of the 9th, hoping that their team is tied or has the lead. But Thurman showing his stuff here, trying to give his team a chance. Big-time strikeout.
In the same way that Maybach was working off early rest or little rest, same thing goes for Thurman. Pitched a lot just 2 days ago, and he's back with his great stuff here today.
2 unbelievable efforts from veteran pitchers.
Unbelievable is not even an exaggerated way to describe it. There are different superlatives that are stronger that would still be accurate. Thurman in a 1-1 count. This is Jared Beniers at the plate.
And those are the things you love about sports and these situations, playoff time.
Good pitch there, swung on and missed, and now another 1-2 count for Beniers. He's been in a few of these.
I mean, those are the sorts of things that legends are made from.
Long look for Thurman. He has his sign. Kicks, delivers, swung on and missed. Back-to-back Ks. First one on the curveball, this one on the fastball. We're getting a taste of his stuff in this inning.
You just stole the words from my mouth now, because we got to watch game 1 from the first base side and get a look at some of his stuff. But when you're behind the plate and get to see, like you said, that hammer of a curveball and then that fastball, and with his delivery, that fastball is just coming out of nowhere and it's coming right at you, you understand why he has been so dominant.
And it
like
can be
that.
Very tough for a freshman to have to see this for the first time, really, because in his first at-bat, he had a great at-bat, but he didn't see a strike. Now he's seen back-to-back hammer curveballs from Thurman, and he's down in the hefty hole, 0-2. Thurman set, kicks, delivers, and a great pitch. That gets Neal, so that will do it. Thurman strikes out the side. His best inning of work in the bottom half of the 8th. And we head to the top half of the 9th. Season's on the line for the Hornets, and they're going to face the right-handed arm of Andrew Roman. Don't go anywhere. This game's not over. Top 9, here we go.
Think a private education is too expensive? Think again. At the University of Lynchburg, you can get a personalized education for the cost of a state school. If you're commuting and you get our top scholarships, you could pay much less. And you get all that without the hassle of giant lecture halls. Our faculty know your name here and do more than just teach. You might even do research together and plan out your next career moves.
I learned learned a lot of valuable lessons playing college football. I never thought about the health benefits of exercise until I actually started to talk to coaches in college. It's not only just for performance, it's for life. My coaches instilled the importance of well-being, not only building up strength, mental health, getting enough sleep, eating properly is all what it is to be healthy. I decided that I want to go on a personal trainer and share my knowledge that I obtained in college about physical and mental well-being.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management.
Welcome back to Bank of the James Stadium here in Lynchburg, Virginia. Andrew Pizzelli alongside Niall Silberman bringing you the call. Thank you for finding us here today on the Lynchburg Hornets Sports Network. This game has been thrilling and is sure to have a thrilling finish as well. A 3-run ball game. Salve, Regina University leading the University of Lynchburg 6-3. Andrew Roman, who was tasked with getting 9 outs, has gotten 6 of those. He's on the mound here to start the top of the 9th, and he gets the first strike to Gavin Collins, the shortstop. In the air, fly ball. Little bit of an awkward gap, and it's going to fall in. 3 Seahawks all trying to converge. Good start here for Collins and the Hornets as they try to rally.
Yeah, a really good effort from right fielder Matt D'Amato. He charged it very hard, full tilt sprint, gives it a dive, but it was just in the no man's land area, and a really fortunate break for the Hornets there. Great piece of hitting, but a fortunate break that found just some empty grass. Roman looked good. He was up in the count there.
Lynchburg fans in attendance trying to will on their team. 1 on, no out. Here's the catcher, Fiedler. Roman delivers. 4 strike 1.
He's been getting ahead early almost in every single at-bat. And as you try and get a 9-out save, that is just right on the money of what you're trying to do.
The 0-1 on the ground, chopped to third. McCarthy over for 1. The throw to first for the other. The Seahawks turn the double play, and now the Hornets are down to their final out.
We'll talk about defense. Classic 5-4-3 double play. McCarthy fields it well, fires over, sidearm over to Kyle Platt. Platt fields it, and immediately the second it touches his glove, transfers it, and a strike over to Tyler Canoe to get 2 outs in the 9th. Big time defense there from the Seahawks.
Andrew Roman has been in so many big spots, but none bigger than this right now. Here's the pitch with 2 outs. Right down the pipe for strike 1. Trying to deliver what could arguably be the biggest win in program history, most certainly postseason history, here against the number 11 team in the country, the 0-1. Chopped on the ground, charged by McCarthy. He fields, he throws, he got him! And the Seahawks stun the Hornets, the number 11 ranked team in the country, the hosts here in this regional. 6-3, the Seahawks defeat Lynchburg in dramatic fashion here this morning. Wow.
Well, that play right there, McCarthy comes in, full tilt sprint at the ball, off of one leg. He fields it, picks it up with his bare hand, and fires a strike below the bell. Oh, what a play. Will McCarthy with what might have been the play of the day to end the game on a great day. The Seahawks take this one 6-3, and it was team baseball all the way, Andrew. But what a performance by Patrick Maybach.
Patrick Maybach and Andrew Roman. I mean, Patrick Maybach emptying the tank to come out and give what he gave, and then for Andrew Roman to come in and get 9 outs. But tip the caps to the Hornets. They made it difficult all day long. Obviously, this is a bitter pill for them to swallow, but that is a very, very good team obviously they have a lot to look forward to. They're a team that's always going to be back in this type of situation. An absolute battle here today. Obviously, it's a stunner. Salve, Regina upsetting the number 11th ranked team in the country. Just wow. Unbelievable.
Exactly right. There are teams and there are programs, and we got a chance to see not only two great teams, because that's what was happening, but two great programs go to battle today. Two teams that are consistently in the top half of their conference and the top half of their region, and it was just a hard-fought battle between players on limited days of rest, everybody giving it their all. And just like yesterday's games, today was not a game of one team losing, but just another team winning. And that team that won happened to be the home squad, the team in the green, the Rocks, Salve Regina University.
And their task gets no easier. They will now have to face the rested and ready top seeded in this regional and the number 3 team in the country, Birmingham Southern. That game sure to take place maybe in about an hour from now here at the field. But Salve Regina is going to have a tough task with Birmingham Southern.
Exactly right. Birmingham Southern, from certain accounts, might be the best team in the country, but coming off of 2 losers bracket wins, this team over here in green is feeling all sorts of good, and nobody would be shocked to see the Rocks on top taking on Birmingham Southern.
Well, that'll do it for us here for now. Tune in about an hour. Keep your eyes peeled to the Lynchburg tournament page for the official start time of the second game here today at Bank of the James Stadium. Salve Regina is playing on. They defeat Lynchburg 6-3. Your final here in this one. For Niall Silberman, I am Andrew Pizzelli. Thank you for listening with us, folks. Have a good afternoon.